Melvin here from hairtransplantnetwork.com. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time because I constantly get private messages and DMs on social media and the forum of guys freaking out a few days after getting their hair transplant. Buyer's remorse is something that isn't talked about enough. It's a topic that only those who've had a hair transplant can really explain. It's common to start researching more after you got a hair transplant. The problem is that you cannot internalize the things you read or hear on the internet. For example, you might read a bad review on the surgeon that you went to and think, oh my God, I'm going to get botched. But it doesn't work that way. You might also be freaking out because of how your hair is currently looking, or because you're worried that the results aren't going to be dense. You might even be worried because of something someone said on a forum or subreddit. I'm going to break down the facts for you today. No one, absolutely no one can predict how your hair is going to look in 12 months. That is a fact. Whether the graft placement looks sparse, whether the hairline design doesn't look appealing to you, whatever it is, you don't know how it's going to look until it starts growing. I'll give you myself as an example. When I had a shaved head, the graft placement looked extremely V-shaped. I remember thinking, damn, I'm going to look like Eddie Munster. But once my hair started growing out, it didn't look that bad, at least in my opinion. If you're worried about the density, let me tell you there are different factors to consider. Factor number one, how much existing hair do you actually have? If you're thinning and not completely bald, it's possible that the doctor didn't dense pack to preserve some of your native hair from being shocked and permanently lost. Only time will tell how you'll look, but remember, you can always add more hair, so it's not a big deal. All is not lost. Factor number two, hair thickness. If you have thick hair, it goes without saying you won't need as many grafts as someone with fine hair. Factor number three, donor density. You can have 2,000 grafts with an average of 2.8 hairs per graft, which is over 5,000 hairs. Even though your graft count isn't high, the number of hairs is high, which is what ultimately matters. Okay, so now I got that out of the way. Let me explain what you should expect after surgery. The first month, expect to heal and shed. You might even have some lingering redness. Months 2 to 3, expect to be full-blown ugly ducting phase. Expect shock loss, looking balder than you did before surgery. You might still have lingering redness if you're really light-skinned. Months 4 to 6, you should start getting some growth, but remember, everyone grows at a different pace. It's perfectly normal to have some improvement, but not a lot in these months. Months 7 to 9, you should start getting more growth, the hair should start thickening, and you have a good idea of what to expect. Months 10 to 12, you should know what your hair transplant is going to look like. The hair will continue to thicken and mature, and it's perfectly normal for the transplanted hair to be kinky and curly during these months. It will subside with time. Alright, so for those of you watching this video freaked out that you made a mistake, I want to invite you to the Hair Restoration Network forum. It's a great resource of information. You can compare notes with other patients and educate yourself for free. Alright guys, till next time.